Story 1. You are always going to carry that weight. Time will strengthen your back. Story 2. You'll try a million things, but the only real answers are time or the eternal sunshine of a spotless mind that erases them. Story 3. Don't listen to sad songs or the songs you both like. They will hurt your heart every time. Edit. Thanks for my first award. Story 4. Play it out in your mind. Have the full, unabashed conversation as if that person were standing right in front of you. Talk to them. Remember why you are not together. If it was mutual, this usually works. If it is one-sided and your heart is broken, embrace the pain. If there is nothing you can do about the situation, the only thing you can change is how you react. Amor fati. Love your fate. If someone you wish to get over has passed away and everything seems muted, gray, and terrible, then in my experience getting over them is not something you should attempt. That person, like all people, is never truly gone until they are forgotten. It is your duty to live your life as best you can, never forgetting them but also living as they would have wanted you to. Go on adventures, pet dogs, eat strange foods, read books that challenge your beliefs, grow as a person, and maybe one day find love again, knowing they would approve. I am 40 now, and the older I get the easier it becomes to walk away from people. I have met the love of my life 3 different times. I have loved women without ever telling them, been rejected, cheated on, dumped, ghosted, married, and divorced. I have had one-night stands and 12-year relationships. The only thing I can tell you is that the people we choose to love leave pieces of themselves within us. Often you do not even realize it until you have the strange desire to go to the furniture store on a Saturday afternoon and have no idea why until you walk in and feel the nostalgia of walking around with someone, laughing at odd chairs, and wondering why this insignificant thing meant so much. Story 5. There are going to be good days and bad days. I used to tell myself I no longer thought of him, but the truth was I thought of him every day, until I did not. People say you need time and you also need patience. Just when I thought I was finally getting over him, I began to dream about him. I would wake up in tears because I was angry that I was doing so well moving on. Yet all it took was one 15-second dream to pull me back 20 steps. To move on, you must let yourself feel every emotion and be patient. Story 6. I'm still figuring it out too, but these steps helped me in the process. Sit with your feelings and acknowledge them. Some days you will want to cry and stay in bed. Let yourself grieve as many times as it takes. Remove your ex from your social media feeds. If you do not want to block them yet, hide their posts and stories. This includes Spotify if you both use it. Limiting their visibility reduces unnecessary triggers. If you do not want to delete your chats, archive them. That helped me because I wanted to reconnect so badly, but I knew it would not end well. Archiving adds extra steps and makes it harder to reach the conversation. If you really want to reconnect and know you should not, type what you want to say but do not send it. Do something else, watch a YouTube video, eat or read, and come back later. Usually the urge subsides and you become more logical after walking away. Remove photos you took together from your site and take down joint social media posts. I could not bring myself to delete a year of photos on my phone, so I moved them to an external hard drive that I rarely access. Move the photos to a place you do not usually see. When you can, start a new activity or resume something you used to do. It can be as simple as researching topics that once interested you, reading, watching shows you never got to, or going to a cafe. This is hard but necessary to outgrow your ex. Consciously let go, again and again. It will hurt because memories are triggered by ordinary actions like going to the store, making coffee, or cooking. When that happens, return to sitting with your feelings and tell yourself you are letting go of the expectation and the memory. In summary, sit with your feelings and cry if you need to. Remove your ex from feeds, photos, chats, and items you see. Try something new or something you always meant to do, and practice consciously letting go. Story 7. Stop trying too hard to get over it. When I had my first breakup, I tried to distract myself and everything kept reminding me of her. If you feel sad, it is okay. If you miss them, it is okay. If you feel jealous seeing them with someone else, it is okay. If I could go back and do one thing differently, it would be to practice self-love. I did not love myself enough and kept thinking about what I could have done better. Now I am old enough to realize that a relationship involves two people and you cannot keep it together by yourself. Love yourself more. Get healthy and fit or learn a new hobby. Do something you always wanted to do but were too preoccupied to try before. Story 8. I am reading these replies with interest. Today would have been our 14-year anniversary if he had not ended it last year. I think it is so hard because I am so close to his family and still see them. I cannot cut them out of my life, and yet it means I will always have reminders of him. I do not want to find someone else. I am never letting myself be destroyed again. I just want to get over him. Update. Thank you, everyone, for your kind words. I know I will be okay. I have a great brother and sister who look out for me. I am very lucky. The reason I am close to his family is that he worked away a lot and I saw more of them than he did. After 13 years, they consider me part of their family. Update 2. Thank you to whoever gave me the award. It is my first one, and it has made my day. Story 9. Look, mate. I got divorced 4 months ago, and here is what I have learned through a lot of thought and pain. Do not let that discourage you. The more it hurts and the longer it takes to get over someone, the more you know you cared about that person. I do not know your situation, so I cannot be specific, but what helped me was not turning away from that pain. You need to face whatever fear, loss, anger, sorrow, pity, anxiety, or loneliness you feel and question why you feel this way. What about this person do you miss? What did this person bring into your life or relationship that made you happy? Then you have to realize that the same actions, thoughts, and feelings the other person gave you can be generated by you. Just because they are gone does not mean you cannot learn from them and become a better and happier person without them in your life. Be happy that it happened, not sad because it is gone. I do not know if I am rambling or not. I just want to help if I can. Story 10. Accept the things you cannot change. That includes people. Story 11. Imagine the ocean. In the middle of it is a wave. Its only purpose is to get to the shore from the vast open sea. It travels toward the shore, but the shore is far. It takes time to reach it. As it approaches its destination, it becomes smaller and smaller, eventually subsiding into a soft splash of water that caresses the toes of people on the beach. The feelings you have toward this person, whether infatuation, attraction, or love, become smaller as time goes by. Get on with your life. Read a book, go to work, go to school, or do whatever you do. One day you will realize you did not think about this person at all yesterday. I hope this helps. Story 12. It's funny. When we get heartbroken, we act as if there are limited options. How do you get over someone? You don't. It becomes part of you. As I said, the world is full of options. You meet new people and realize there are all kinds of people. Some will hurt you, some will save you, some will be true friends, some will envy your success, and some will congratulate you. You don't know who will play which role in your life. There is a quote by Rainer Maria Rilke: "Let everything happen to you, beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final." Story 13. I read a quote from a psychologist recently. Make sure when you replay the memories in your head that you play the whole documentary, not just the highlight reel. It can be easy to replay only the good memories, but do not forget the reasons they were not right for you. Story 14. I repeat like a mantra. You miss the feeling of being loved, not the person. Story 15. It's a cliche, but just be yourself. Figure out who you are and what you want. Determine what you lack and what you can give. Ask yourself why you need a partner and why you want one. Reflect on what happened in your past relationship, including your mistakes and theirs. It does not matter if you are 13, 23, 33, 43, or 53. If you never figure yourself out and become content, or at least understand who you are, you may never meet the right person or be the right person for someone else. There will always be a void of loneliness and an itch that is never scratched because you do not even know what you need or what you can give. If you are young, use this time to become someone of genuine value to yourself. That will naturally make you a person who can provide for others. Learn skills, gain knowledge, and develop your physical traits. Start working on these things and time will fly. You may meet someone before you realize months or years have passed since the breakup, and you will see how far you have come. Story 16. As someone who let a breakup dictate years of my life, here is my advice. 1. Realize the breakup is a good thing. If the other person could not see what a rock star you are now free to find someone who will. 2. As others have said, do not listen to sad songs or songs that remind you of them. 3. Do not believe the lie that you will never find love again or that you are unlovable. It's a big, fat lie. 4. Do not beat yourself up over it. 5. For me, getting rid of their things that I still had helped. Years later, I found a book she had given me for my birthday with a handwritten note inside. Seeing it hurt, but it felt cathartic to throw it away. 6. Change your environment. I am not saying move, although you can if you want, but rearrange your living space. I moved after my breakup because my lease was up and I found a better place, and I realized how good it felt. Story 17. Time. Use generously in all your food seasonings, and you should start feeling better within a couple of years. Story 18. I assume you mean an ex. For me, I had to accept that there are many people in the world, each with their own story and life experience to learn from. It became exciting to meet people again, realizing there is a new story to be heard. The hard part was feeling I had to discard all the memories I shared with that person as if they were time wasted. But that is not true. Those memories can still be happy thoughts and lessons. Maybe it did not work out with them, but you still had fun, and that is never time wasted. I look back on those times and smile rather than tear up because I had a great time living in the moment. Sorry if this is not much help, but please keep your head up. Life still has many more opportunities for new memories you can look back on with a smile. Story 19. Block them everywhere you have a connection. Start something new you have always wanted to try. Art, dance, yoga, tai chi, a sport, or take a class. Immerse yourself in something new. Story 20. A breakup is basically a funeral for your relationship, but there is no service, casket, or headstone. You spent years of your life with someone who is gone, but only to you. You will see them around, have friends talk about plans with them, and extended family will ask, what happened to that person? Do not take out any anger about the situation on those people. You will only come across as spiteful. You will mourn what was, what could have been, and the things that were left unsaid. Your emotions will fluctuate. High highs, low lows, and everything in between. The most important thing is not to form unhealthy coping mechanisms. Do not turn to alcohol, drugs, gambling, or similar behaviors. I know that is easier said than done. I turned to drugs, and it only prolonged the process. While I was high, it delayed any emotional progress I could have made, traded for temporarily forgetting about it, only to snap back to reality when I sobered up. 8 years later, my substance of choice only reminds me of my weakest point. You will think about them now and then, and hopefully with time those thoughts will become, I am thankful for the time we spent together, but I am better off now. I hope they are too. I will summarize. 1. Feel your feelings. Listen to sad songs and cry. Balance that with songs that uplift you. 2. Realize that others will not always understand your pain. 3. Do not fall into unhealthy habits, physically, mentally, or financially. 4. Do not rush into something new because you are afraid of being alone for a while. Filling the void with someone new without working on yourself is a big mistake. 5. Sounds cheesy and cliché, but rediscover yourself. Before you were we, who were you and what did you like to do? What would you like to do now that you could not before? Story 21. Block them on your social media so you are not tempted to check their profiles. Alcohol may help at first, but it is a lonely companion. Find friends who will help you heal and let you vent. Start dating, but do not feel pressured to enter a relationship. Figure out what you want and realize that your ex may not be the right fit for you. Story 22. It has been almost 2 weeks since my ex dumped me, when it should have been the other way around. I have definitely been grieving a lot. We dated for nearly 6 years. We would have reached 6 years in less than a month. I cannot give much advice, but I can share my experience so far. Start by blocking them on social media. Cut all ties if possible. This is what I did immediately after he hung up. I could not even think about stalking his profile because I did not want to know what he was up to. Ignorance is truly bliss at this point. The only thing I have not blocked is his phone number because I still have some things at his house. I also do not think it is necessary to block his number since I have no reason to talk to him. He no longer wanted me. If I were to text him, nothing would come of it. Plus, if there were an emergency on his end and he had no one else to contact, I would be available. That said, if you feel you do not need their number anymore or you think you would try calling or texting them, then block it. Especially if you think you might make a drunk call. Those usually do not end well. I think I am finally starting to move out of the grieving stage and into the acceptance stage. I am finally realizing that, yes, we are over and yes, I need to move forward with my life. Take all the time you need to grieve. I am not over him at all. I still love him, but as everyone has told me, those feelings will fade with time. What is helping me is venting to people who are willing to listen and focusing on myself. I devoted 5 years to the relationship, and now that I am single, I have time to devote to myself. I have started to buckle down on my goals and the things I have been putting off, which helps keep my mind off the breakup. Hopefully this helps in some way. I have been seeing a lot of people break up during the pandemic, which is sad. But life happens. We will be fine, original poster. Hang in there. Sending you lots of hugs and love. Story 23. Rejection doesn't mean you aren't good enough. It means the other person failed to notice what you have to offer. Mark amend. The people who reject you are just wingmen for your dream partner. Story 24. Went through a messy breakup 6 months ago, and these are the things I did to move on. 1. Go no contact on day 1. Don't chase breadcrumbs. 2. Talk to your friends and family. Don't be alone no matter what. 3. Read. Keep reading about relationships or start enjoying poetry. 4. When loneliness creeps in, get out. Walk, run, or work out. Don't sit in bed and ruminate. 5. Adopt houseplants. I got so many that they keep me occupied. You can also take up hobbies you always wanted to try. 6. Realize there are 2 sides to the coin. Your ex might be going through their own struggle even if they broke up with you. Acknowledge that, and if you did something wrong, learn from your mistakes. 7. Get therapy if things are really messy. It not only helps with the breakup, but also helps you understand yourself better. Write down every time you want to reach out to your ex. Write exactly how you feel and why you want to reach out. 9. It's okay to lose control and reach out, but write how it made you feel to be rejected. 10. Finally, realize life will go on whether you like it or not, and you will feel much better after a while. Relationships are messy, but the relationship you have with yourself is the most important of all. Put effort into making yourself happy. Self-care and mental health care are crucial. Story 25. You will miss the memories most, and sometimes wish they were with you shortly afterward. There is a reason couples break up. You will miss your mind's representation of them. Maybe in your mind they were perfect and loving, but in reality you two were beginning to have too many arguments. One thing that helps me is that whenever I miss my former partner, I start thinking about the person she had become right before we broke up. I remember how we were at the midpoint, when we were carefree first-year students trying out life and comfortable with each other. Near the end, both of us were worn out from our issues, so I would not want to be with who she had become. Pick up a sport. Read. Go out with friends. If you do not have any, find a small group through a meetup app and see how it goes. On the bright side, you have more money now, so treat yourself to pizza and beer and enjoy yourself. Story 26. Give it time. Spend time getting your life in order and focus on making it better. Over time, you will miss them less, and life will be so good that you can be happy alone. Eventually, someone will come into your life, and because you worked on yourself, life will be easier. Story 27. Sometimes I like to think about the good old days. Back then, I did not even know this person existed. I sure as hell can live without them now. For me, at least, it helps. It is not a miraculous cure for the pain, but it is nice to try. Story 28. I spent the last year trying to achieve this. It was very difficult. Talking about my feelings helped. I consider myself lucky. We talked, agreed to be compassionate with each other, and that helped a great deal. A month later, we talked more, and that helped even more. Physical space and avoiding social media also helped. You can use focus and determination to avoid checking their accounts, or you can block them. Either approach works. Time helps. Time to process feelings, to talk with yourself or a therapist, and to work on yourself so your own well-being matters. People say this a lot, and it can feel unobtainable, but it becomes possible once the emotional door opens. When you are still infatuated, that door is closed. Give it time. Stay busy. It may not feel helpful, but every moment you do not spend mentally on that person moves you closer to your goal. It takes a lot of time not thinking about them. Take opportunities to distract yourself. You might try hobbies you are not initially interested in, or discover a new passion. For me, it meant half-heartedly enjoying activities I did not normally do. Sometimes I broke down and wished I were sharing those moments with that person. Those emotions are normal. Do not beat yourself up. It took me a full year to reach a point where I felt I had gained control. I am not completely over them. Part of me did not want to fully let go. Someone told me, if it is going to happen, it will happen. If it isn't, it won't. Nothing you can achieve by trying to will it into existence or by thinking about it is going to make it happen. So why pour all your energy into this if it does not change the outcome? That helped. I realized I was powerless to control the outcome. Nothing I did would change it. All I could do was try my hardest to enjoy my life. Do not hope for or try to force change. Accept each moment as it is and try to enjoy it, even if it is not perfect. Once you accept that you cannot change or control it, you gain the ability to walk away. Story 29. A couple of things that have always helped me. 1. No contact. Seriously, do not talk to them. Block them on social media and make them exist to you as little as possible. 2. Allow yourself to be sad and acknowledge why you feel that way. If you suppress the urge to be sad, you are only postponing dealing with those feelings. 3. Do not romanticize the relationship. There were good times, but there were also bad times. Remember the negative traits your ex showed and remind yourself why it is better in the long run that it did not work out. It is easy to view a failed relationship through rose-colored glasses. Resist that urge. Pick up new hobbies. Keeping busy and investing in yourself are great ways to come out of a breakup stronger than before. 5. Start dating again when you are ready, but do not enter a relationship with the first person you date. Rebound relationships usually only delay the sadness. It takes time to become emotionally available enough to form a real connection. Practice interacting with potential partners in a romantic way. Going on dates with different people can help you become ready to act when you meet someone special. 6. Resist the urge to backslide. We all have that urge, but doing so takes you back to square one. Story 30. Watch everything on Netflix. You will probably forget reality. Story 31. The top voted comment said it all. When I broke up with my ex, I talked to my mom. She told me that I was happy before I met her and that I could and would be happy again without her. Certainly sucked. But time worked its magic and she was right. Story 32. By realizing there is something more important than that, like hot dogs. Story 33. Every time I am heartbroken, I find a casual partner and shack up for a week. After that, I realize how many other people there are, and in all likelihood there are at least 100,000 people on the planet I could connect with better than the person who broke my heart. Oxytocin fixes can come from a lot of places. Story 34. One day you will wake up, brush your teeth, make coffee, and go about your day. Then you will realize you have not thought about them in a while. That is when you know you can go without thinking of them. Story 35. You won't. It's about realizing that it's over. As you accept this, you will move on. You may never fully get over it, but you will accept it as it is. Story 36. Delete all your pictures of the two of you, remove all social media connections, and get a hobby. Before you know it, without looking for one, you will find a new significant other. Story 37. fuck your life up in a major way. It happens instantly. If your problems are 10,000 times worse than yesterday, you forget about eternal happiness instantly. My ex had a rebound relationship, became pregnant, and had an abortion. I got into major trouble with the police over drugs and then lost my life savings day trading. The loss of eternal happiness now seems distant. Story 38. Make your relationships with others more special. It hurts a lot, but it gets better slowly. Be excited about the next day and have things to look forward to instead of dwelling on the past. Story 39. The problem is living in spite of them. Many people go to the gym to get fit, which is good, but it can create a damaging mindset. You need to sit down, work on your 5-year plan, and be excited to live your life. Story 40. It is unclear whether the original poster means physically getting their body to pass over another person or finding happiness again after losing the love of their life. It does not really matter because the answer to both is that a trampoline might work. Story 41. You have to grieve for them. With any loss, I have found I go through the stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Take it day by day and put one foot in front of the other. Allow yourself to be upset and to cry, but do not let it consume you for too long. Definitely reach out to a counselor or other professional if you need to talk things through. Friends are great, but professionals can be very helpful. Some great advice has been offered, but remember it is okay to be upset too. Story 42. Don't focus on them. Focus on yourself. It's okay to grieve a lost future with someone you cared about, but remember to move forward and live in the present. Good luck. Story 43. Spend time learning a new skill or honing an existing one by practicing regularly. Story 44. I have been trying for years. I have found that taking a lengthy break from them makes the feeling less strong, but it does not disappear. Story 45. After reading all of this, I am still very depressed. Story 46. Give them a treasure map and shovel, but tell them it's buried really deep. Story 47. Move on. Find someone else to devote your energy to. That someone can be you. Do not judge yourself for how you feel, but persevere in moving forward. Story 48. I have been there. Use all tools available. Exercise, good nutrition, antidepressants if available, even use stress balls and meditation. Surround yourself with family and true friends. Do not contact the person. No email, no texts, no Facebook checks. Do not just say hi. You cannot be friends. Do nothing. Lastly, time heals all wounds. It will pass. Story 49. Keep yourself busy. Do not just sit around thinking. Get rid of all mementos and contact information. Live your life. Fake it until you make it. Story 50. Keep moving forward. Look back, but do not stare. Let your love go. Do not nurture it. Put it in the back of your mind. Reconnect with old friends and family. Remember that you had a life before your partner came along. Story 51. One thing that worked for me was to think about the things I didn't like about the person, which continually reminded me that it would not have worked out. It is a mental trick, but it helped me truly believe breaking up was the best option. Story 52. Honestly, I appreciate this post. I have been in and out of promising relationships that ended abruptly. It was always unfortunate. For me, getting closer to friends helped. Most of them are in serious relationships or married, which sometimes made things harder, but I also focused on treating myself. Treat yourself. Take a shopping trip, go out to eat, or take a solo trip to a place you have wanted to visit. You do not need to do anything extravagant like backpacking across Europe. I recently planned a day trip to the beach on Labor Day weekend. I have wanted to do it, and it will be fun even though I am going alone. You are more independent than you realize. Give yourself the opportunity to discover that. Story 53. Time, sex, life, career, faith, hope, courage, acceptance, passion, and most important of all, love. Story 54. Fuck people. Feel miserable, binge food, cry, repeat. Story 55. Everybody is talking about breaking up with people and giving each other advice. I just stare blankly, wondering what it would be like to have someone. Story 56. Sublimate. Turn that anger and hurt into exercise, a hobby, or a goal. I used that anger on the treadmill and lost 150 pounds while getting over someone. By the time I stopped thinking about it, many positive feelings had taken their place. Story 57. Throw a hissy fit, get mad, take a bath, and go for a walk on the beach. Story 58. If you were sad, imagine how you would try to brighten your former partner's day if they were sad. Then give that same care to yourself. Invite yourself to the cinema or the zoo, or enjoy a candlelight dinner on your own. Story 59. Do not engage with anything related to sadness. I know it may feel good and calming, but it will not help in the long run. Good luck. You will find someone new, and you will get over her. Story 60. Lee Grainer said the foolproof way to get over someone is to go to the gym 30 times. If you start going after a breakup, each visit will bring you closer to feeling better, and by the 30th visit you are guaranteed to feel better. Story 61. It took me almost a year to get over my ex. The first time real change happened, I guess, was when the pandemic hit and I had more time on my hands. I started gardening, tried embroidery, attempted three-dimensional design, paid more attention to my clothing style, reconnected with some old friends, and collected vinyl records. Soon I became so focused on all the other interesting things in my life that I stopped thinking about him and stopped caring. I am really happy being single. Time and trying new things helped me. My days were so busy that thoughts of him were eventually pushed aside. Story 62. Just let it out. Whether through tears, anger, or intense yearning, releasing it from your system is the only way to truly get over someone. Story 63. I went to therapy and confronted my emotions. I focused on self-improvement and kept myself occupied instead of moping. I wanted them to realize their mistake and see that I was better off on my own. There is no right answer. You have to find the reasons you keep pushing. Find that motivation, and you will forgive and forget the past. Learn from every experience and come out stronger. In the end, you have yourself, and you should be your number one priority. Or smoke some weed. That worked for me too. Story 64. As far as I can tell, you never really do. It is like dealing with a death. You cannot bring them back and you do not truly forget. You just deal with it. Story 65. Time. Time really is the only true way. Put your head down and try to focus on other things day to day. A purposeful project or hobby helps. Then a month will go by, and you may notice you do not think about it quite as much. Then 3 months go by, then 6 months. Maybe by then you will feel up to dating someone seriously. Maybe not. But that day will come eventually. There may be a time in your life, could be years down the road, when you barely think about that person at all. The memory of that person fades and the feelings you had are long gone. It is painful. There is no way around it, no shortcut. Put your head down and keep going until enough time passes. It will happen naturally. That is my experience. Story 66. Remember that they were not the person you thought they were. Stay busy, see your friends, and you will be okay in time. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.